when the Niners lost Trey Lance, they lost a little bit of their offensive ceiling because with Kyle Shanahan's play calling, you were going to get a dual threat here. And those traits could have brought San Francisco's offense to a newer level, a higher level. But after his Week 2 injury, they turned back to Jimmy Garoppolo. And Jimmy Garoppolo, you know what you're getting. He can be a good quarterback. He can make some good plays. I don't think there's anything dynamic. You hope that he doesn't lose a game for you. I'm careful in my compliments of Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm not changing now because, oh my gosh, did you see Jimmy G last night? Jimmy G is a good quarterback. It certainly helps if you're on a good team because that can make you a good quarterback. You got a really good defense there. You got Deebo Samuel, good running game, good offensive line, and we're waiting for George Kittle to come back. But the win over the Rams last night, they can be successful. They can go to the Super Bowl. And I didn't think that they were as good with Trey Lance. And a source told me that he had spoken to somebody in the locker room and one of the players and said, we're better with Jimmy G. This is before Trey Lance got hurt. We would be better with Jimmy G this year. They were concerned that Trey Lance was maybe a year or two away from maybe taking them to the NFC title game again, or maybe to the Super Bowl. You just want to have a reliable car that can take you to the Super Bowl or the NFC title game. You could have a sports car, and it can be on the side of the road. Hey, man, that's a great sports car, but it's on the side of the road. Jimmy G, maybe not a sports car, but maybe more of a Tesla than a Lamborghini. But a nice car, going to get you from point A to point B, and that's all you're asking for here. Here's Kyle Shanahan, the Niners head coach, on last night's performance.
I was real happy overall, obviously, with our whole team. It was a cool way to win. We knew it would be a battle. To keep them out of the end zone was great. I thought our special teams played well. It was really cool to see because I thought we had a chance to run away with it. Especially after George's touchdown, and then for that to get returned, and then the next time down there, thinking we were going to get that field goal and come up short on that. But then Huff getting that pick six got us right back at us. So it was cool to not play perfect, but to overcome a lot of things and have a good, big victory.
Yeah, that was a team effort last night, offensively, defensively, special teams. Here's Jimmy Garoppolo on his performance.
Yeah, I think every week I'll just keep feeling better and better. The shoulder's just it's tough during the season to get it right, but it's we got a long season ahead of us, so hopefully every week it'll get better and better.
This program brought to you by the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Its mission to do good in honor of America's heroes. Donate $11 a month to T2T.org. That's the letter T, number 2, letter T.org. Seton O'Connor, your turn. Poll question options today.
We're going to start off hour one, Dan, off of last night's game. Who would you bet on to go further this season, the Rams or the 49ers?
I'm going to say the 49ers.
Recency bias?
Yes.
Admitted?
Yes. I guess the thing that concerns me the most is with the Rams, the offense is really predictable. And it doesn't feel like you got to have a little bit of variation there, and they didn't have that last night. The offensive line, really the offense in general. Matthew Stafford getting hit that many times, and you got Cooper Kupp, but he had a lot of catches, but he didn't do any damage to you. 19 targets, 8 yards a catch. But if you're keeping him in front of you and you don't have anybody who's going to beat you deep, and if you're holding out hope for OBJ to go, that'll answer all of our problems. I love the defense. Aaron Donald, I'm watching in the first quarter, and, Troy Aikman's just lauding Aaron Donald, and rightfully so. I'm watching it, and he's like, okay, Aaron Donald, always double team. Nobody got double teamed more. And then they show a play where the lineman forgot to block Aaron Donald. And I thought this would be in a movie where you go, we hate our quarterback. We're going to let the best defensive player come in and smash him. You couldn't have done it any worse than what they did last night on that one play. But Aaron Donald made a lot of plays early. That's not enough. And then you start to look at the offense and you go, it seems bland. And this is Sean McVay loves his offense. It seems bland right now. And I think, are you going to get a running game? How good is your running game going to be? And everybody knows Cooper Kupp's getting it. And granted, he's great and he can still get those catches. But these are home runs that you have to get occasionally here. And the Niners have a home run threat in Deebo Samuel. And you got a good running game. So I'd say San Francisco seems like a better team. Better team doesn't always advance further, but they feel like a better team. Yes, Eden.
That sort of happened with Debo. It's exactly what you were describing with Aaron Donald, where it's like, didn't somebody want to pick him up?
Yes.
Like, how do you let Deebo Samuel just streak across the middle of the field wide open like that? It seemed like time and time again.
But as Fritzy says, hey, your Niners lost to Denver just last week.
I think before we say that the defending champs aren't going to go as far as Jimmy G's 49ers, just last week, the Niners lost embarrassingly to Denver 11-10. That should be noted. That was just a week ago.
Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
And we know how bad the Broncos are.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah. Let's ride.